Hey, good evening, everybody. How's things out there in YouTube land? It's the Shills, and we're doing Ukraine update. We've got some stuff Operator Starsky's going to get us caught up on right away, so I'm going to turn it right over to him, and he's going to tickle your ears with some updates from the homeland. Starsky, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Dick. It's awesome, more or less. Because of this counteroffensive that we have at this very moment in south of Ukraine, Russians feel very desperate. So today we had a bunch of missile alarms here in Ukraine, in Kyiv in particular. The one was like playing just a couple of minutes ago. And we have quite a few news. One of the most recent news is that we have successfully cut those invaders off from their supplies, specifically in Kherson region, and we are controlling multiple bridges, or rather what's left from those bridges, and Russians are currently unable to bring their reserves to their positions on the right bank of Dnipro, which means that they are effed pretty much. Recently, we also saw a video of Russian soldiers waving a white flag near Kherson to Ukrainian drone, and obviously they kind of gave up to Ukrainian troops. The United Nations will organize a military training mission for Ukraine because one of the priorities of the European Union, it's a European Union, sorry. One of the priorities of the European Union is to make sure that Ukraine still has and will have a combat-worthy army. And for example, currently one of the biggest training missions that we have is the one organized by the United Kingdom. So there's like 10,000 troops, Ukrainian troops, are being trained in the UK, and UK is not a member of the European Union. That's a separate training mission, so there will be even more soldiers training, obviously in Germany and some other countries. Recently, the sad horse, also known as Lavrov, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russia, stated that they will there's a risk of Russian troops invading Moldova, but like basically what he said was that they will do everything to defend Russian-speaking people in Moldova, and this basically means that Moldova is kind of, I would be worried, because the last time they said the same crap about Ukraine, they kind of invaded. So yeah, we can see that they started like threatening other countries pretty much, and that's something to worry about. We have information also that Putin ordered his troops to capture the whole Donetsk region until the 15th of September. And obviously this plan is going to fail. So we also have information that they are planning to send another army corps, armed corps to Ukraine, and basically they had two armed corps, so-called. Those were like hybrid armed corps created and like created from separatists as well as regular Russian troops, and currently there's like not enough. Those forces are not enough to continue their aggression, and so they're trying to improve and accomplish creating of this third armed corps and use it on the territory of Ukraine. We have no idea where they're going to find men, but yeah, that's something that we should also consider. So we also have information as of 1st of September that multiple countries of the European Union placed some new sanctions about Russian citizens who support the aggression, and specifically a bunch of their oligarchs and politicians, and the European Union states and confirms that they will continue supporting the independence of Ukraine, whatever it takes. As of September the 1st of September, armed forces report that they have eliminated around 350 Russian soldiers, 12 tanks, and 11 artillery systems. Also, a bunch of their UAVs were destroyed, as well as their refuelers, basically. And it means that since the beginning of the war, Russians have lost quite a lot of their vehicles and troops, more than 47,000, if I hope I'm not wrong. Since the beginning of this invasion, they have already lost 233 airplanes, more than 200 helicopters, 153 anti-air units, and 15 ships. The biggest losses were taken by Russians near Donetsk and in the direction of Donetsk and Kurakhov. Also, the chief of IAEA stated that probably next week he will have more detailed report about the Zaporizhian nuclear power plant. He already said that he saw that this power plant was damaged. Of course, people expected him to specify, specifically who damaged this nuclear power plant, but considering the fact that he was there surrounded by Russian soldiers, I mean that it was a wise decision to avoid this. And we also have information that Estonian intelligence reports that active phase of combat in Ukraine will probably last for 2 or 3 more months. So they state that 7 or 9 weeks. It's expected that after 7 or 9 weeks, the active phase of this war is going to finish, and then it will turn into a more static war, so to say. So those are main news of today and yesterday. And and I hope that you already have some questions.
I had something I wanted to get into right off the bat tonight, Starsky. There was some reports on Russia's railway system literally being on the verge of internal collapse. I didn't read too far into it because it was one of those days I was a little bit busy, but it was my understanding that it was maintenance, no parts. They can't get anything. Do you know anything to fill in the blanks there at all?
Yeah, so they used to receive parts for their railway from abroad. Of course, they have a factory that builds trains, but we know that they don't produce a lot of things that are required for their trains to run, basically. Also, there's another thing. So there's a lot of partisan warfare at this point in Russia, and a lot of their trains don't reach their destination because of, things like black magic and smoking and yada yada. But yeah. And I hope it answers your question.
Very much. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. I don't know if Aimee's handy right now, but we had a donation and then a super we could get to and then kind of let things flow a bit more. But I do know in the background she could be doing some emergency parenting and therefore not quite ready. I don't think she is.
Here I am. Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Lots of running.
Yeah.
But we've got a donation from Raven7 who donated Canadian $30.24, says, "Hey Shills, hey Starsky, keep the cat memes coming, Shills. Starsky, your comedy is brutal. Good man. Slava Ukraini, victory in Kherson and beyond." And then Magdalena, thank you. And then Magdalena Gaton had a super chat for $2.99 Australian. Thank you so much. If there is a message that you want read out, we will make sure that we get that for you. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I would like to specifically thank all those people who support my channel as well, because not only you help my channel, unfortunately it so happened that Max, my second press officer, he lost his equipment at the very beginning of the invasion. The vehicle that basically carried all his stuff was destroyed, and due to your donations, to your PayPal donations, I managed to buy him a new camera and lens and microphones, and currently they are working on the front lines, and we can expect new videos and documentaries even from them. So
awesome.
Yeah, so they started a new channel, and they will be publishing new videos from the front lines, and the one that I expect will be a video with one of our tankers who will tell you about his experience. His tank was damaged in a battle, and he is a very young guy, basically, like majority of our guys in my brigade, and I will be helping Max with translation for his videos, so they will be available for everybody.
And get us the link as soon as you can for the new channel as well, and we'll start getting it out in the auto posts with Streamlabs and stuff, and get everybody over there.
Okay, I will.
Absolutely. Let's see. I don't know if I should get to Claire or Dave first, but I know there's going to be some questions, and I bet Dave's got a few things he wants to get into. So let's I could flip a coin. Let's let Dave go. He unmuted first. Dave, come on in here.
Sure thing. I'll throw out one of my own questions, and then maybe I'll give Claire the floor. Give her a few moments just to think of the questions from the audience. If you do have questions from the audience, just let us know at the Shills. Tag us in the live chat, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. One of the most poignant sentences in politics of the 20th century was the phrase, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall."
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on his passing this week?
Well, I think that he died at the very moment when, everything he tried to do in terms of freedoms, like freedom of speech and everything in Russia, basically collapsed.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm really sorry for his passing. Basically, he did a nice job because he was like first president, right, in the USSR, and it's very sad to see that the result of all his work collapsed.
When you
in Russia.
When you look back on it, Starsky, as in a unbiased way, when you look at how he took Russia from where they were to what they were when his time was done, he wasn't a bad dude.
Yeah, he wasn't
He
a
had
bad dude.
It must have been almost impossible to deal with that mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gorbachev was first. I'm not sure if we can call USSR democratic, if it's even
No, I don't think
possible
so.
to call USSR democratic. But at least he wasn't a bloody dictator as the rest of them. So yeah, he made first steps towards market reforms in the USSR, towards such things as, again, freedom of speech, glasnost, and everything else. So yeah, probably Russia could have a better future with people like Gorbachev.
Yeah. Good one, Dave. Good one. Let's check in with Claire. I bet she's got a couple of questions from the viewers she'd like to get to. It's probably a good time for that, right?
Yes, I do. We have one here from William Kirchmeyer, Operator Starsky. Have you ever handled and fired the Papa Shah PPSH-41 submachine gun?
I saw it and I even held it in my hands. I didn't fire it, but this stuff is heavy. It is. I'm not sure if it's as heavy as the original weapon that was designed in Suomi, but basically Russians copied it. But it's heavy. It's, oh my God, it's something like 4 or 5 kilograms. So yeah, not a bad thing, but it's really heavy. It's like Tommy gun, as heavy as Tommy gun.
Did we lose her?
Okay, nope, here I am. Okay, the second one we have is here from Ugly German Truths. The Brits are training in Ukrainian soldiers. Does Ukraine even have archers left to train there?
Archers?
Yes, it says archers.
Yeah.
That's a good answer, though. Would you like to go on to question number 3?
Okay.
Okay. Baltic states have blocked all visas? A question from Bombi1138.
Yeah, so the Baltic states stated that they will be blocking Russian visas, no matter, like, what the European Union says in general. And one of the replies from Zakharova, Russian spokesperson for the foreign ministry, she said that basically she started like threatening people with nuclear disaster. Actually, I have it on my screen right now, and let me try and translate it for you. So yeah, so she so she basically says European Union is now busy with important decision whether or not to issue visas to Russians, but radiation doesn't need a visa to cross borders. So yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hand it off, Dick, to someone else, or do you want to keep going? There's a few more.
Well, I'm imagining DK's got something, but he's probably
Cool.
just holding back still right now. I'm not sure if he's ready to jump in yet or not. And I know that
Is it
Dave
wise
will
to
have a couple
encourage him?
more. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure, right?
Yeah,
There, yeah. So, he's doing that whole thing. He's waiting. There was the other thing that I wanted to bring up, Starsky. There's reports of more China training exercises. And apart from just the opinion of Ukraine, but I think the world should have an opinion on that. That's just not what anybody wants to see.
Yeah, I agree on that. But again, I'm not sure whether China is gonna join Russian invasion in any way, because again, the amount of income they have from trading with the West is times bigger than the same amount of the amount of income from trading with Russia. So as we remember, they even tried to buy supplies for their for the Russian army at the beginning of this invasion, when it became clear that they lack resources. And it was like in March, so they just invaded and they already ran out of resources. And basically China, from what I remember, they didn't even sell them MREs. So yeah, well, training, Russians had training with Ukrainian army in 2008. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I guess it's just timing that makes it seem a little bit more, right? Because shit's going down.
Yeah, I agree on that. Come on, like all kinds of intelligence are monitoring those exercises, so everything will be fine.
Yeah, let's because I mean, nobody should be like, they shouldn't even be there, let alone, other people and stuff. We don't need that at all. Let's check. I bet Claire's got a few more up. We'll let the viewers take charge of the stream for us here for a little bit and make sure all the voices get heard.
Yes, we will. But first, Starsky, I would like to explain the archery comment. It's actually a joke about really bad British archery done. They were actually just making a dig, and they've clarified it there in the chat that it was actually just a humorous statement. They really didn't think there were archers over there. Wait, I don't know. I'm from America. I'm here in New Jersey. Like, what the hell? I don't know. So I
archeries or archery.
Yeah, archery. Yes, DK. I should have gave that one to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got lots of bad archeries over here. I can guarantee that.
Okay, archery is a great sport. Yeah. Are you ready for another one then? Yeah.
I think, like, I read a bunch of the craziest laws that still exist in different countries. I think, like, I'm not sure if it's true or not. Probably DK will correct me if I'm wrong, but there was like an old law that was still like active in the UK that was stating that every young man must attend archery training, and it was something like whenever you see a Frenchman, you should shoot on sight or something like that.
Oh, that was okay.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that still exists. I wouldn't put it past me. Put past the Brits. I mean, let's face it. We don't seem to be that fond of the French for some reason. It's a historical thing.
Yeah, but like it was a funny one.
Okay, so from Michelle Kilpatrick for you, Starsky. They would like to know if you know anything about Ukraine having built any pontoon bridges in the Kherson or southern area. There is a pretty big YouTube channel currently, about 30 minutes ago, reporting on it, and they'd like to know if you have information.
I cannot tell you this information, unfortunately.
Okay. No.
Sorry.
We'll just move right on to the next. I'm sure they understand. From Martin Lefebvre, I would love to hear Starsky tell us about the IAEA visit to the nuclear power plant in, oh gosh, I'm going to mess this one up, Zaporizhia, and how he, oh, that was close, how he thinks the situation will be resolved. Thank you.
So basically, the team arrived and they assessed the territory. They made some video footage from that, and at the same moment, simultaneously, Russians moved out around 100 of their vehicles away from the station. They tried to hide it in another location, specific location. The team had a chance to assess the damage and everything, and of course they had to pick their words kind of because they were surrounded by Russian troops that literally don't care if they are the IAEA team or whatever. Like, they're enemies basically for Russians. So they had to pick their words more carefully. But what they reported was basically that yes, the power plant received some damage from fire, and like the most recent news that I received was that the Mr. Grossi said that this area must be deoccupied, basically demilitarized, and I completely agree with him.
And what's next then on our list? I had a thing here. Whoops. I just hit the wrong thing. There was a report of drunk Russian soldiers in Kherson fired assault rifles and at FSB officers in a deadly incident. Is this anything you know anything on?
Yeah, we have confirmation on that. Actually, I'm happy that you know the news as well. Yeah, we have confirmation of that. We have even received a couple of intercepted calls regarding this. So, but come on, I mean, there's nothing special in Russian soldiers being drunk. Yeah. I mean, it's like ordinary thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine when it comes to the Navy, submarines and ships and whatnot, everybody's just wasted from about half an hour after they wake up. It just seems to be like tradition for them.
Yeah, we have like in 2015, there was information that because locals were like forbidden from selling Russians like vodka or other homemade beverage, they had to drink other liquids like perfumes and the liquid for washing windows and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and it became a meme very fast.
No shit, that's rough, man. Wow. Holy. I should check in the background first, but I didn't have time to. But Aimee might be there, and we got a couple of
Yes.
super chats we can do. There we are.
Yes, we do, please, if we can. Here we go. We have the first one is a donation from Sam W for Canadian $16.05. Here to send some of my weekly love and support. Also, if anyone is looking for different ways to help and support, there are lots of artists from Ukraine on Etsy that are selling digital prints, etc., as well as artwork from the children of Ukraine. That is awesome, Sam. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know, and thank you for your support.
You know, we'll find a few of those links, and maybe we could put up an Etsy search for, people in Ukraine, and then people could click in our description and just get the list.
Absolutely. That would be brilliant. That would be really good. And then we have a super chat from Putin will hang in the middle of the Kremlin for $5 Australian. Says Ukrainians are not playing a fair game, baiting orcs by planting washing machines in the fields. Easy kill. And that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
We had one more slip in. Yeah,
Yes.
in the toilet.
That was brilliant. Yes. I like that one. We have one from Andy B for 20 euros who says, Hi, Starsky. Is someone monitoring if the participant of the Russian exercise take their gear back home? It would be a way to disguise military aid. Swallow Ukraini.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they return in different bags, so it's hard to say, unfortunately.
Speaking of which, Starsky, your skit on Russian toilets, that was one of the funniest things, man. That was awesome. Like your sense of humor is really coming through in the content these days. It's amazing, man. It's good.
Oh my God! The only thing I'm afraid the most is, that I'm gonna get elected because of that.
I'm moving to Ukraine as soon as you're ready to run for the election, just so I can have my vote, buddy. I'm serious.
I just need to jump in for a couple more. We have Ethan Eberl. Welcome to the membership. We just got a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah. Yes. And then we have from Magdalena Gaton for Australian $7.99. Sent a laughing lemon. That is so cute.
I love it.
That's adorable. Thank you so much. And thank you for your support. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. That was cool. Well, I know by this point, Claire's got to have a couple of more questions for us. So why don't we turn to Claire?
Thank you. That was cute. That laughing lemon got me. I needed a moment. Okay. From Hobby Time, Operator Starsky, have you heard anything about the A-10 Thunderbolts? People keep saying you're going to get. How will that happen? And when the USA Air Force have not enough of them for their needs?
At this point, I wouldn't be talking about A-10s much. Why? Because they're like different aircraft, different from what we used, and they require different supplies and infrastructure, and different parts from what we can produce. So to me, it's more obvious that we will be delivered like Soviet-made aircraft like MiGs and Su and stuff like that, because if we are being sent those A-10s, for example, they require like different weapons, different missiles. They require spare parts, and and mechanics that know how to, repair those airplanes, how to maintain them. That's I'm not even mentioning like training for our pilots, because they have to switch to another airplane. So I think that we will be rather delivered, Soviet-made airplanes that our pilots are very efficient with, using those airplanes. But I don't exclude this chance as well. But it's like it's gonna require a lot of effort to bring those to Ukraine.
Good question.
Yeah, that was a good one. Raven 7. I saw something today about F-16s and how feasible it is for Ukraine. It seems the most likely option soon.
Yeah, actually, I would love to see our pilots flying NATO airplanes like F-16s, like A-10s. Those are great airplanes. F-35s, maybe someday.
That would fuck their shit up quick. They would just be like, "What the hell's going on now?"
Yeah, Eurofighters. Those are awesome.
Oh yeah.
Nah, let's keep it classic. Let's go for Spitfires.
Classic's always good, DK. Classic's always good.
Dig up Orville and Wilbur. We need designs. Stat.
Okay.
I remember like a couple of years ago, there were speculations regarding some turboprops. So there were turboprop attack airplanes that our government discussed to buy for Ukrainian Air Force, and people were like, "Turboprops? Are you like serious?" But come on, I mean, like those are great planes. Like general aviation uses turboprops a lot because they're very, very fuel efficient airplanes. They don't require a lot of like long runways. Basically, like a lot of turboprops are STOL, short takeoff and landing aircraft, and they are great. I think that even the United States like ordered a bunch of those. I cannot remember the exact model, but from what I read about them, they're great.
Okay, something a little lighter for you. Can you give an update on Fudge?
So he is sleeping over there happily. I gave him some pizza, and he said, "Okay, I forgive you for today," and he went to sleep.
Oh, that's a good update. I think everybody's happy to hear that. And another one from Chris says, "Brother Starsky, do you ever sleep, my friend?"
I really do. So actually, like I had like 40 minutes of sleep just before this stream, and while sleeping, I came up with some great topic to discuss, and I was discussing it inside my head while sleeping, and I was so happy that I can tell you about it, but I forgot about it as soon as I woke up. So sorry.
Oh, it's good, but sleeping's good. Sleeping's definitely good. And
yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do after our victory. I'm gonna sleep a lot, and I know that
bitches.
At this point, unfortunately, Ukrainians don't have a lot of sleep because of like missile alerts and stuff like that. But I know that after our victory, we will all be sleeping a lot, while Russians will probably spend some sleepless night, I think.
No, look, some people say they're going to go to Disney, but you're going to take a nice week-long nap. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good.
Fuck Disney. That's a worse war zone.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
I was always wondering, like, when you take a picture with a Mickey Mouse in the Disneyland,
Mhm.
does a person inside of Mickey Mouse smile?
Oh, this is hysterically
I
going to
wouldn't.
drive me nuts now for weeks. How do you
Only
know?
if
They
our-
got a big plastic mask on their face. Like
It's easy.
stupid.
Only if they're on hard drugs at the time. Otherwise, there's no possibility you could.
Oh, God.
It's like the
There-
thousandth
It's a
time
hot
they've done
suit and they're wearing those
that
silly
day.
shoes and have to talk in that
Mm.
silly voice. Yeah, I don't think there's. I would say odds are they're not smiling. They're not smiling, Starsky. I would say that sounds like a really awful job, actually.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now that we solved that problem of the world, something more serious from Suzanne Push. She would like to know what happened to those Karyrovites. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but are they still fighting somewhere, or are they passed on by now?
We had information that Russians constantly tried to attack in the area of Avdiivka and Bakhmut, and because they lack troops in that region, so it's basically they use a lot of artillery and airstrikes, and then they send just like this, like a small number of soldiers, like handful of soldiers, and they fail, of course. So they brought Kadyrovites to those areas near Avdiivka and near Bakhmut in order to improve the situation. But judging from the reports of our Minister of Defense, they fail because we are repelling every attempt of attack in those areas as of today.
Okay. So, from Charles Martel, question for Starsky. Europe has made itself energy dependent from Russialand. Do you have a suggestion how Europe should deal with their energy crisis in the future?
I would like to see, for example, Iran selling their oil, but Iran must change some things in their minds, I think. But that would be one of the options. Azerbaijan also sells their resources. Azerbaijani representatives said that they can supply whole Europe with their oil and gas. Like we can find solution for that. I think that this winter it will be difficult, but it won't be like it won't be a catastrophe for Europe. I mean, we survived things like that before we had oil and gas, so I think everything will be fine. And yeah, unfortunately, Europe will have to suffer this winter, but we know exactly the name of a person that we should thank for that. Yeah. And I think that this will make us closer and stronger.
It's a good answer, man. Good answer. I wanted to get over to Dave because he wanted to jump in with something there.
Yeah, we usually get this similar sort of question every week, and I really want to sort of make sure we tick that box again. Magdalena asks, I watched in the other saying the Kerch Bridge was bombed by Ukraine. Is it accurate or fake news?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We know that. I knew that the question will be regarding the Kerch Bridge. We don't know. Probably they smoked in the wrong place again.
No worries. Tony Lee Blair. Oh, that was traumatic for some of us who were born in the 90s. Has there been a prisoner swap just lately?
Pardon?
has there been a prisoner swap recently?
Yeah, so we have swapped 14 prisoners, like today, I think. And they feel fine. Thank God.
That is big news, yes. But is that Captain Orc and the Orcarifics fucking just picking the right people to trade because other people would have made them look bad? Or did it work out that, no, we want to trade those specific people and they happen to be in decent shape?
They are all in bad shape, actually. I saw a picture of a guy from, I think, Azov. He spent like 100 days in prison, and it's like a different person completely. There was this woman, Tyra. She was captured near Mariupol at the very beginning of this invasion, and she was exchanged just like probably a month ago. And that's completely another person, because she was like, she was a strong woman. She participated in those Invictus games, the games for our veterans and wounded veterans. And she used to be always in great shape. She was big, she was strong. And she returned like completely different person because she suffered a lot, and she was like tortured all the time. And yeah, they are not in good shape, unfortunately, because it's not the army that captures them. It's like terrorists who treat them like hostages. So it's a different thing.
And when it comes to the grit and determination of the Ukrainian folks, not military or anything, but just the general populace, is there resolve and fight as strong as it was in the beginning? Is there any everybody getting tired and beat down a bit, or do you see it more as we don't care, we're still right here and we're not taking your shit?
Everybody's getting tired, I would say, including myself. But we all know that
in a while.
We cannot give up, because giving up to Russia means death. It's equal to dying, and that's why we do all we can. We know that Russians are tired too, even more than us, because they fight for nothing, and we're fighting for freedom.
Damn straight. I can combine some questions as well. There's very similar ones from Bombi and Rodent No Last Name on decoys. Is it true that Ukraine has been using Himmler decoys? If so, well done. And I read that Ukraine has been using wooden decoys, rocket launchers, to make the Russians waste their rockets and artillery shells. Is this true?
Oh yeah, we use a lot of those. We use them since 2014 probably. It's just before 2022 we didn't have to make decoys of things like HIMARS, but we're using them also. So Russians have to waste their precious missiles a lot, and in most cases they hit empty spots. Recently I saw a video with a huge crater left by a Russian missile in the middle of some rural road. There was nothing around, literally nothing. I think that probably it's because some of their missiles were meant to carry nuclear warheads. That's why precision wasn't really required. On the other hand, who knows? I mean, what kind of microchips they purchased on AliExpress? If they're good enough to make them precise. So anyways, but this happens all the time, and according to different sources from Pentagon to British intelligence, something like 60% of Russian missiles don't reach targets, at least. Yeah.
That's great odds. I mean, wow. It's terrible though when they fall in the wrong spot, because there can be civilians all over the damn place. That's the problem.
Yeah, sure. So, for example, those less precise missiles that were designed to carry nuclear warheads, for example, the radius of impact may be something like 1 kilometer. So they can strike the target, but in most cases they just fall somewhere around the target, and there's like plenty of civilian objects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, let's thank God that they're not putting nuclear devices on them.
Yeah.
God. I mean, if they started that, you'd pretty much the world would have to get together and almost take the posture of, okay, well, we're close to the point where we just got to wipe them off the planet now. They can't be trusted worth anything. I mean, that's a dangerous place to go. I mean, humanity can't hit the button. You just can't. You just can't.
Yeah, well, Putin was warned already that in case Russians use mass destruction weapons, there will be like no other option for NATO but to move in. And yeah, I think in this case, like the war may finish very, very soon. With all the weapons that NATO has at this point. But in case we're talking about like nuclear warfare, there's no winners whatsoever.
No. If the Allies keep getting together and keep putting more weapons packages together for Ukraine, the Soviet Union, Russia, because they're trying to build the Union again. That's why I keep, referring to it. But there's no way they can keep up. There's just not. And Ukraine will just simply win. But
yeah, I agree.
If that tiger riding son of a bitch piece of shit starts feeling that, I'm going to do it to put my stamp on legacy, I mean, it's just a scary thought, and it just can't be done. No matter what, it can't be done. He's got fucking children, right? He can't do that.
Yeah, but we know that he doesn't care. When this counteroffensive started near Kherson, I cannot confirm this or disprove this, but we have information that he had something like heart attack. He called ambulance, and he was very, very crazy. He even fired the Shoigu, basically.
So let's see what the team's got here. I bet Claire's got some questions. Dave, did you want to get into anything before we turn it back over to the viewers here? Oh, Dave might not be there.
Oh,
but I bet Claire is. Oh, there we go.
I definitely was. I saw Claire unmute first, so I thought I'd be a gentleman.
Well, I shall be a lady and say after you, Dave. Yeah.
Thank you for wasting my time, bitch. So sometimes we have some brained questions in the background, and that means that they're meant to be smart questions. We'll see what you make of them. Videshi, what are static phase and active phase in this war? Could you explain the difference?
Static phase is basically positional warfare, when the front line doesn't change much or at all. Active phase is basically maneuvering warfare, when units try to surround other units or try to break through the front line and make it possible to surround units, because the main idea, strategic idea, okay, when you manage the attack or defense, your front line must be equal everywhere. So you don't have to have like concave locations or things like that, because it makes it easy to surround your troops. And static phase means basically positional warfare, something that we had since I would say 2015 on Donbass. Since 2015, when we had those negotiations in Belarus, we had pretty much static phase of the war. Of course, we used active defense. Active defense means that we're not just there like waiting for the enemies to attack us and stuff. So we conduct reconnaissance, and we used our drones a lot. And whenever we see Russian troops digging new trenches and making new positions, we understand that we should not let them do that. That's basically active defense. And I think that this is what they meant by static phase of the war.
Yeah, nice. That does clarify a few things. Heaven Hammer also had another brained question. I have a question for Starsky. Is the Army Cooks interview coming?
I will definitely do that with the help of Chris. And yeah, because like you gotta see those people. They are awesome. And not like I'm showing off, but the cuisine in my brigade is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's like one of the best cuisines among other units of the National Guard.
Are we going to see a YouTube channel with them doing cooking recipes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Orc breakfast. Fried. Deep fried.
I think it will be interesting for you guys to see, for example, what we eat in Ukrainian army, specifically in my brigade, because we have a lot of nice things like buckwheat with meat, or rice, or potato with meat, or borscht. Of course, we have borscht, and salo. I'm not sure if you know what salo is, but it's very tasty. It's like bacon. It's like something like bacon, and like a lot of different things. So yeah, you gotta see it. Of course, you will not be able to smell that, but yeah, we will be making happy faces and stuff for you to understand how much we appreciate it.
Anything bacon goes well in Canada, let me tell you that for sure. I think we should probably turn it over to Aimee and see if she's ready for a couple of super chat shout outs.
Sure, please, if I may. This would be great. We have the first one from Level 70 for Canadian $27.99 says, "Hi, Starsky. Since the Russians around Kherson have been cut off from supplies, how many days of food provisions do you think they have left? Are you afraid they may steal from the civilian population and let them starve?"
We know that they already done it. So unfortunately, we cannot stop them doing that and looting civilians until we're not there. I think that they will have probably up to 1 month of supplies.
Okay.
Not more than that, in my personal opinion.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Then we have a super chat from Stu Joldursma. Sorry about if any mispronunciations. I'll get used to it eventually. We have that's American $10. We have a lemon sticker dancing with maracas. Thank you so much. That's adorable. I love those. The new stickers are cute. And then we also have from Donny Boy 73 for Canadian $5. Just sent you pizza money at your PayPal, Starsky. Stay safe.
Oh my God!
Awesome.
Thank you so much. We all love pizza here.
Awesome. Sounds like my son. He loves it too.
Oh yeah. We had one more. We had one more that just slipped in. If it's on your list there, Aimee.
Yes, we had one from Sam Williams for New Zealand, $10. This is also a brained question. What's your favorite sushi order? Thank you so much,
Ooh.
Sam.
So it's like Philadelphia with salmon, and nigiri with tuna, and hiyashi wakame salad. As for pizza, it's pizza with 5 cheese. So we have this Domino's pizza here in Ukraine, and they sell pizza with 5 cheeses, not 4,
Ooh.
but 5 cheeses. It's amazing.
Awesome.
That's yum.
Yeah, but no, come on. Come on. Be fair. A pizza with 5 cheeses becomes a pizza with 1 cheese on it. That's what happens. It's just like 5 cheeses become 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There's 5 flavors. See, there is a difference.
Oh, when you mix them, if you get the right mix, it's so good. Oh,
Oh, it so is.
Yeah, it's like you're opening the box and like, oh my God. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But just a quick question. I mean, talking about pizza, because pizza is kind of like a worldwide kind of delicacy. Well, delicacy. It's not a fucking delicacy, is it? It's just fucking bread with cheese on it. But you know, it's a worldwide thing. What's it? Do the Russians go for pizza? I mean, obviously they're not getting Pizza Hut anymore or anything American or Italian. But do Russians like pizza?
Don't you remember the Sting song? Do the
do
Russians
Russians like the
love their pizza too?
I think we should ask them about it, but
we think it stops at the borders.
so today I received a commentary from one of the Russians on my YouTube channel. He commented that video with EOD guys, and basically he said that the video is called "This is Why Ukraine Wins," and he said, I read your comment. I read the title and decided to comment here just for lulz, you know. And I literally asked him, like, when was the last time you ate hamon, for example? And he was like, quite a long time ago. And how about you? And I told him that I have like a kilogram of hamon right now in my fridge, and I invite him, only without weapons and waving Ukrainian flag.
We had a couple of people giving Gorbachev a shout out there. He was on TV doing a commercial for Pizza Hut, and no shit, he really did. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So let's see here. I'm sure we got a couple after all that Claire could bring in from the chat, because there's got to be some other food references by now.
Well, I don't see any food references, but Fred Vernick would like to know if the Ukrainian armed forces have an equivalent of the USO for troop morale. The USO is an organization for cheering up. They do shows and everything in the U.S. Army and forces here.
We have a bunch of bands supporting our troops. It's not like we have an organization. I mean, of course, in every branch, let's call it branch, because we have like National Guard, which is Ministry of Interior. Then we have like Armed Forces, which is Ministry of Defense and stuff. So every branch has its kind of ensemble, okay? And but like we don't really like those. like they're not very modern, you know. So there's like a lot of different bands and artists and performers visit our guys on the front lines. I was organizing such concert myself 3 years ago for our guys, and they visit us very, very frequently, like different artists, and there's even like a bunch of artists. We always refer to them as, you know, combat artists, because they spend all of their time on the front lines in entertaining our guys.
That's awesome.
Okay.
There was one I want to grab right away here from National Disgrace. Have you guys talked at all about the rich Russians getting assassinated?
Yeah, but we get tired about talking about it, you know. I mean, it happens so often.
They're not getting assassinated. They're just falling out of windows.
Windows are dangerous in Russia.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where when it happens every 45 minutes, is it really news anymore?
it's like in Russia, if someone says, "Hey, comrade, have you seen The View?" I said, "No, it's all right. I'm fine here, thank you."
Yeah, it's like it's like with Chernobyl, you know, like same thing happening over and over again, and it stops being funny like on 5th or 6th time, you know, or 7th repetition, and same thing there. They just fall out.
Yeah, and often heard at a Russian 12-story window. He said, "Hey, Rusky, take a walk on the wild side."
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's like they claim that we have those suicidal tendencies, you know, bombing our own soldiers or killing our own people, and I think that karma is a bitch.
Very much so. Very much. But yeah, it's you know, there's been more than a few reports, and you got to wonder if you know, Russia's not just, you know, trying to round up their own to get the money before the rest of the world does it for them. It's nasty, but it is funny because, I mean, seriously, with everything going on over there in the homeland, so to speak, you've got to wonder if you could ever trust anything the authorities say to you again until those authorities are overturned and the country gets back to what, you know, maybe the people might want.
True.
Let's see here.
Be interesting playing a game of Monopoly with some Russian oligarchs. You know, they'll land on your square with 4 hotels. Say, "Nope, it's mine now."
Yeah. So, for example, as of May, I think such people died as Sergei Protosenya. He was a millionaire oligarch. And he was found hanging in a luxury villa in Spain. There was Vladislav Avayev, 51 years old. He was shot in his Moscow apartment. There was Vasily Melnikov. He was found dead in his apartment in Nizhny Novgorod. And Nizhny Novgorod is such a hole, actually. Mikhail Watford, actually Ukrainian-born oligarch who spent all his life in, I would say in Russia, but because they don't like living in Russia, they like to live outside in Europe, for example. He was found dead, hanging in his garage in Surrey, England. There was Tulyakov, Alexei Tulyakov. He was found in his apartment, in his garage, basically, in St. Petersburg. The next day after this invasion started, Leonid Shulman, Gazprom executive, was found dead in a cottage in his village. But it was like prior to this invasion. It happened in January. Alexander Subotin, that was a former top executive of Lukoil, like one of the biggest Russian oil companies, and a lot of other guys. So yeah, I think it's pretty dangerous to be a Russian oligarch.
It's very dangerous right now, as the circumstances are proving to us. Dave, was there anything you wanted to get to, or should we get to the hands here?
Oh, go for Commander, please.
All right, Commander.
Operator Starsky, when you were talking about the fates of the oligarchs, what do you think the fate of all the Quislings, i.e. collaborators, who decided to sell out Ukraine will one day be?
Yeah.
So the answer to this question is connected to one of the most famous Russian singers. He was known as Kobzon. His last name was Kobzon. He was a Russian singer, and he was very famous for supporting Putin and his invasion, and he made a lot of concerts in Crimea, in Donbass, and he died, I think, like 2 years ago. He died, and after his death, a new meme was born in Ukraine. So it's like when some kind of Russian politician or general or whatever dies, we say that he went to a Kobzon's concert, or like he received a ticket to Kobzon's concert, basically, because he died. So I think that sooner or later they will be all singing at the Kobzon's concert.
Yeah, there was a funny story speaking to the oligarchs and everything, right? I'm a big, huge Formula One auto racing fan, and at the start of this year, Nikita Mazepin, and the Mazepin family, right? Nikita, the kid, was in Formula One with the Haas F1 team, midfielder grid, and because of everything that transpired, his father wasn't allowed to be a sponsor of the team anymore, and he lost his seat because he's not even there on merit. It's because his father was giving them like $35 million a year or whatever, right? And he started bitching that it's unfair to, top athletes and stuff and whatnot. Buddy, you were in Formula One on your father's dime because the team could afford a real driver for the other car and try to get something done. And you're bitching in the background. It was the entitlement flowing from his mouth was unbelievable. It was, if there was one thing that I could see as a plus in my personal life over here was getting that schmuck off the fucking grid. But that's a big high price to pay for such an action, so it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong here. I'm just, trying to make light of a bad situation. But, the whole world instantly turned on them right away. Didn't matter how fucking rich you were.
Yeah, I agree on that. And I think that the world should also consider things like, taking visas from Russians, because, Russians, after this invasion, they were excluded from Eurovision, for example, and numerous other events. And they keep saying, like, sports are behind politics, or like music is behind politics, or like, I don't know, tourists are behind politics, outside of politics and stuff like that. It's hard for me to imagine, for example, in 1941, I doubt that, for example, the US would be welcoming Nazi tourists from
Right.
Nazi Germany, and inviting them to spend some time on beautiful beaches of California, for example. Or like, so today we have a music competition and we are very happy to welcome our competitors from Nazi Germany. Come on, guys. I mean, it's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So like, but we or like okay, it was like 8 years ago, right? But it would be the same, for example, with like Taliban or ISIS. I doubt that you would like to see those guys like in your neighborhood. So what's the point of keeping them coming to your country? Just let's just remember like Salisbury, all right? The only reason why those terrorists, those spies, arrived to the UK, and they used fake IDs, by the way, those IDs that were issued to them in the Russia, they had like different serial number that was different by 2 digits or something like that. They were fake. And they only arrived because they had this benefit of being able to travel to European countries. Those people are dangerous, and we should do something about it.
Oh, definitely. The sit idle by and try to not offend people in political ways now and then. There's nothing wrong with a little bit more of a stern approach to just say sorry, but fuck no way, man. Aimee, did you want to jump in here and we'll get a couple of the supers all caught up and make sure everybody's action is covered?
Absolutely. Sounds like a great plan. All right, let's get going on these supers. We have the first one is Mr. Hominoid for Australian $2, says, I had a car wash 5 weeks ago. Hi, all. Max's calendar. He's looking for that calendar. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And then
That's a good one.
I gotta remind Max. Currently, he's on the front line, so I don't think that he has a lot of time for working out and improving his shape and stuff. But I think as soon as this crap is finished.
Mm-hmm. Once he's not on the front line, he will be here to pump you up.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna make pictures, like, personally, I swear.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Actually, I can sell tickets for the photo shoot.
Come on, Starsky. You know, all the girls just want him in the shower, flicking his locks. Wearing a nice sticky white shirt or something.
That's right. And then we have one from level 70 for Canadian $6.99, says, is it true that the Ukrainians performed multiple battle simulations with the U.S. before starting the Kherson offensive?
Ooh.
That's a very good question.
I know that they do perform such simulations. It's called Wargaming. And I remember that, for example, our officers had such simulations. GCATS, I think the software is called. So they were simulating different situations during the mutual military exercise that we participated at. And they do wargaming like a lot. So I think it's possible, of course.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Then we have to thank Gary Isle of Wight for gifting the Shills memberships. Thank you so much, Gary.
Woo-hoo!
We appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And then we
Very
have
cool.
Yes. Then we have a super chat from I am Arwin for Australian $2 who asks, are there many flat earthers in Ukraine?
It can't really be Arwen, right? It can't.
No, it's not. This one is from Australia, so no.
I met 0 flat earthers here.
I'm not-
I don't know if it's like our national, skill or perk or whatever, but we don't have them here.
Oh, that's great.
You see, I think the problem is there's a few nationalities where have got a lot of time on their hands. I think they should get in a fucking war too, and then they'll stop thinking about such bullshit.
There's something that humanity has known since Middle Earth. In the land where the blood of the orc groweth the sunflower, flat Earth will not exist.
Nice one. Yeah, actually, Ukrainians are traditionally very superstitious. It's like our Slavic trait, I would say, but 0 flat earthers. Believe me, I never met them here in Ukraine, and I live here for a while, so no.
Exactly. Yeah, I've lived in my area for a long time, and I haven't met any personally here in my area, but I know that they do exist in my country because I hear a lot of them.
I think they only exist on the internet, to be honest with you.
I think mostly yes. They do in social media accounts like on Truth Social. You get a lot of flat earthers on there. You would be surprised.
Mipet actually knows one personally.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she got to meet him. I remember that. So,
Wow.
yes. Then we have a super chat from Gwen Moon for Australian $5. It doesn't have a message attached, but if you want to have a question or something highlighted in the chat, please let us know and we will do that for you. And then we also have a super chat from Sam Williams for New Zealand $20, says, doesn't make sense to me that children in Ukraine are starting school in subways and bomb shelters so they don't get blown up. But yeah, I know. But Russians expect to be able to travel and have a good time.
Yeah, this is true. Basically, Russians who support this war, they stand against Europe and West and stuff like that, but they're still able to visit European countries and have a rest and vacations and as for Ukrainian children, so I probably told you I did those educational videos for Ukrainians prior to this invasion, regarding like what to do in case of shelling or artillery airstrike and stuff like that. But what I missed actually, and I think I should consider adding this in case I'm gonna do some new series, is that we should definitely include the experience of Syrians who warned us about it, because they literally told us, like, on the very first of this invasion, they warned us that, guys, you gotta keep locations of your shelters and hospitals and whatever in secret, because Russians will be targeting them. And that's exactly what we saw, like, during the very first week.
Okay. All righty.
It's disgusting.
I know, it's horrible, and I know. And they whine about vacations. I haven't had one since 2007. So
yeah, I mean, for the love of God, every world leader right now should bar everybody from Russia from entering the country until every child in Ukraine can go to school properly. Fuck this.
No, let them in, and then just don't let them go home. Just keep
right.
them.
let them in. ... Soylent Green.
Ooh.
Could you just stand on this trap door for a moment, please?
Yeah. Exactly. And then we have
Oh, come and have a look at the view out the window.
yeah.
Yeah.
And have the carpeting over the holes. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. There we go. And then we have a super chat from Matthew SoCal for $10 American. Says, my engineering friends say orc rockets made with Western components had RF fusible links that burned when they cross RF signal, disarming the rocket. Care to share what you know? Enough time passed.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this information, fortunately.
If
Oh.
that's the case, wow. Just, all I can say is
Yeah.
keep selling them those ones. I mean,
Yeah.
for anybody wondering, speaking of orcs and rockets and stuff, you'll see that presently I'm on one of the Shills attack patrol ships, and we had reports of orcs on Alpha Centauri. So I'm out with I don't even know what these two fucking things are behind me, but they're really helpful. And we're heading to Alpha Centauri, and we're on a shoot to kill mission. So when I get back, I'll give you an update, let you know what's going on.
Exactly. They look very busy too, looking at the display and through their binoculars. And then we
Busy.
Yeah.
Just very, very quickly. I think Dick's lying because I heard he's actually patrolling Uranus. Carry on.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
I know. And then, and then Gwen Moon did come back with a message, and she says, "Can you please have more photos of Futch? And if you put Brie or Camembert on or in the pizza base, I hope you have a great week. This is my message." Thank you so much, Gwen.
Good one.
Yes. And then
You know what, Starsky? Sorry, Aimee, but you know what, Starsky? We should have a segment at the midway point of the show each week, the Futch photo of the week.
I think that I should literally create an Instagram for Fuch, because he's occupying my Instagram all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna start barking myself.
And let's give the poor thing a promotion. At least Corporal Futch.
Exactly. The poor dear does need me. He's so cute. He's gonna have the cutest face. And then we had from level 70 for Canadian $13.99 says, has Starsky heard of Tyronly fans? They raised looks like 7 million for Ukraine, selling pictures of naked Ukrainian soldiers. How much do you think Max would rake in from the ladies? A lot. I'm sure.
I think more than me. That's definite. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Sir, we're going to need some more hot dog buns to finish this one.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's funny. So let's see here. We could get Dave in with something more serious to put us back on that track. At this point, I bet Claire has a few funny comments from the people and whatnot we could get out, as well as some good ones. And we can always go to DK for a complete train derailment. So where do we go from here?
No, I think it's time for me to shut up. I've got to go and set up pub chat.
Derail.
I do all the derailment in pub chat. You just come over there, everybody in the chat. There's lots of you watching. Come over to pub chat afterwards and enjoy the derailment of all these things of reality.
But y'all got to come over and check out Pub Chat after this stream. It starts at 10 past the hour coming up. If you don't know that reference, I don't know a better way to say it because we're all in different time zones. But right now, we're coming towards an hour, and at 10 after it, that's when we go. Does that make any fucking sense?
Perfectly.
Okay, good. So let's check what Claire's got from a couple of the viewers here.
Okay.
I'm sure she's got some goods.
I'm trying. I'm going through. There's quite a few. So first, let's start with what Linus Fredrickson would like to know. What about Snake Island? And this one's been here for a little bit. So,
Well, I can say that there's 0 Russians at this moment. I mean, they are there, but they don't move. Snake Island is controlled by Ukrainian forces. Of course, it's not like we keep a regiment of people on Snake Island. No, but we're controlling it, and we make sure that Russians don't try to capture it once again and bring some anti-air systems or like artillery systems there. So it's under our control because it was a gesture of a goodwill from Russian side, as we know.
Okay, and then this was popular in the chat. And I hate to ask you this, but do you have equivalent of shit on a shingle over there for food? It is like an army term here for chipped beef on toast, like minced meat with gravy, like over toast. That's what they call it.
We have canned meat that is called tushonka. It's nice. It tastes nice. Sometimes you can find like pig's nipples in the can.
Wait, what? Say that again. What?
Like nipples, other parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but generally it's okay.
All right.
We got used to it. Nipples like with hair, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right, that sounds about equivalent to that question. Okay.
Yeah.
I love me a can of nipples.
DK has collapsed.
Thank you.
One time I think I found some piece of genitals in the can, I think.
No.
Even our dog didn't want to eat it, but it was like back in 2016 or something. Since that time, the quality improved.
Well, I'm glad that.
The quality of the genitals.
Oh God,
they kind of peel hairs of nipples already, and it actually tastes better without hair.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine, but I'm glad to know that Fudge has good taste and he's avoiding the whole thing. That's good to know. I have faith now.
Just warning you now, I'm taking notes of that to bring up with the shitty debates later on.
Oh, cool. Oh, all right. Well, on that note,
Operator Starsky.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask a question. Operator Starsky, you mentioned a dish called hamon. What is it?
Jamon. So jamon is, I think it's either Spanish or Portuguese. It's basically, it's like a smoked meat. Actually, I have it right now. Let me just show you.
It sounded like a word that I was just curious.
It sounded like jizz on meat. That's what it sounds like. This is mental without you. Seriously.
I had to step away there and hit the head. I'm expecting him to show something like Montreal smoked meat here. Let's see what he does.
Something like this. This is jamon.
It's
every
ham.
Yeah.
It's ham. It's Serrano ham. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. That's something that Russians don't have access to since.
Starsky,
oh my God, for years.
Oh, all right.
Can you hold that up again and then say a few words so I get it on screen better?
Yeah. So this is basically jamon, or hamon, or whatever. It's nice because, like, it's like it's a good snack. Basically it's my lunch. Sometimes it's my breakfast.
Here too.
So I wanted to go back because I had to run to the bathroom there quick. And as whenever I take my headphones and go, I got you guys on speakers so I can listen. And I was hearing something about pig's nipples in cans. And I just wanted to ask, is this why there's so many random sightings of Kermit the Frog in Ukraine? Because he's always going shopping for another can of pig nipples to see if he can find one that resembles Miss Piggy, and he can just, curl up to it and snuggle up to it. Like, I hear she dumped his ass, right? So I was just wondering,
Yeah, could be. Sometimes I think he can find, Peppa the Pig instead of Miss Piggy, but it depends on the producer of this meat.
Okay, so that concludes the serious part of our show. Where are we supposed to go after that, Dick? Like,
well, the thing was normally when I hear something like that, I only have like a second to respond, but I was gone for like 45 seconds and had time to think, and that's what fucking happens in my world. I just can't help it.
And you chose to bomb us with Muppets? Like, I got Muppets in my head now. Okay, no. Oh my goodness.
Let's let the viewers save us, Claire. You got something good we could dive into?
Yes, I hate it. I'm looking, but it's going to be serious. It's going to be serious because that's what we have left. Okay, from Cosmo, he wants to know, can't NATO move in and call it a special peacekeeping operation? Now, I don't know if that's more a statement or a question, but there you go. I agree. From Madeline Suzette.
They definitely can, and it's gonna finish this war in like a day. Yeah, unfortunately, Russia is still a member of a Security Council of the United Nations, and whenever this such thing is proposed, they always veto this proposition. A funny fact about Russia being member of Security Council of the United Nations is that basically they were not elected. I mean, they were not given this membership because the USSR was member of Security Council of the United Nations. And when USSR collapsed, nobody gave Russia membership.
That speaks volumes. It does.
Huge. And another side to that, Starsky, would be after the fall, look at the welcome Belarus got in the hockey world with that first Olympic showing where they actually did well on the ice. And, the world of hockey, and this is a big thing in Canada, we were all like, wow, look at these motherfuckers go. This is great, right? I mean, maybe we're not so enthusiastic about them right now, but everybody was offered an instant clean slate to be who they wanted to be, but not Russia, man.
Yeah, it's true. And everybody, of course, made their choice.
Yeah, we're ready for another one from Madeline Suzette, Operator Starsky. Putin has said he wants Donetsk by the 15th of September. Will he create a diversion by entering from Belarus now?
It's possible. At this point, we don't see such attack groups being developed there. Because it requires some preparation, and our intelligence doesn't report anything like that. So we don't see signs of Belarusians and Russians preparing to attack from Belarus. We will know about it as soon as they start forming their battalion tactical group and preparing to go to Ukraine. We will be informed.
Okay.
But at this point, there's no such information.
Okay, and on a lighter note, the chat would like to know your favorite vacation spot, because you deserve one. Would it be the beach, the mountains, or some other special place?
Yes, please.
All of the above. Okay, and good pillows, right? And good pillows. All right.
You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come visit where we are, Starsky, Felix, and I, because we're on the west side of the Rockies, about a third of the way up. It's this beautiful valley. It gets really nice in summer, like it's a tourist, haven. It's a smaller town with a lake on each side, and it's just absolute summer paradise, man. It's unbelievable. Oh yeah.
I bet. I had an interview a couple of days ago on a TV, and I've been asked this. We have like another, like a flash mob in Ukraine. So there's like people making videos and photos of chilling somewhere in a club in Ukraine. And soldiers like watch those videos and like keep cleaning their weapons and stuff. And I've been asked like, what do you think about those? And like honestly, from an army man's point of view, like I understand that everybody has a right for having a good time and rest and stuff like that. But soldiers, of course, will not be as happy for those people posting such pictures as they expect, probably. On the other hand, we all understand that those people who can enjoy their rest, their good time, that's basically the result of our work. That's direct result of our work. So those people can do that in safety. And another thing is that probably I even support this because what Russians expect from us is to be like scared and terrified and hiding in shelters and stuff like that, but they will never get it because we keep enjoying life and we keep being human.
That's a good one, man. That's really good. I definitely wouldn't want to use that as a moment for a funny, but I usually do have one, so that kind of caught me off guard there. We have a couple of supers and so on we can get to if Amy's over there situated and ready. And then, we're getting close to the end, so we'll probably just, have some opinions, have a few laughs, and then call her done and go to pub chat. So let's go to Aimee.
Sure. Yes, please. We have a couple super chats right now. So we have one from Cats, who sent a member message saying, did Starsky find out if Grandpa needed a car or a bike?
Oh, yeah.
He has a bike, and I don't think that he needs a car because you see he has a bunch of issues with his health. I mean, like lungs and heart, and when he walks, it makes him feel better actually. So I don't think that he needs that, basically.
Okay. Excellent.
But I will ask him because soon I'm gonna go to his village because I want to bring him some more medicine, and I'm gonna ask him for it.
There's still an angle though, Starsky, because if he's more of a get on his feet and stroll kind of guy, what about a really kick-ass set of training shoes so he's really feeling good on that stroll, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea, by the way. Thank you.
That would be brilliant. That would be really good for him. That's awesome. Thank you. And then next up, we have Samantha Williams for New Zealand $10 says, a last shout out today for the people of Ukraine. We see your suffering and we stand behind you. I'm manifesting positivity for you all day, every day. And she put a heart in there. Thank you so much, Sam. She's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Oh, yeah. Massive supporter and family member of the channel. Big shout out for Sam.
Yeah,
She's
Sam
brilliant.
is legendary. Absolutely.
Damn right. The effort behind the scenes and stuff is whatnot. Starsky, we've got she sent me another bunch of pictures and stuff the kids had done. And I wanted to give them a bit more attention than just a quick shout out on the show. So I was thinking about, maybe we could put together an edited video and release it on both of the channels coming up, and we could do a 20-minute, look at this, blah, blah, and give a description for each one. And, that'd be cool, right?
Yeah, that sounds great. I received those pictures as well, and I want to share them in our social media because I think Ukrainian people will absolutely love it.
Hmm. Yeah, community post coming up too. Oh, that's a good thing because I'm running out of cats. So yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. I think we're caught up then, are we, Aimee?
Yes, we should be.
All right. And looking at the time, it's 10:02 and pub chat's at 10 after. So I think we're probably at roundtable time. We don't even know who's going to do it, but Amy's talking to me. So Aimee, why don't you do the roundtable for us?
I sure can. Thank you so much. And first up, we're going to start with Fallacy Dave. Dave, what are your thoughts on this evening?
All I can think about is Kermit. I mean, jeez. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. I mean, the image out of my head, like just. Is it salty? Like
We don't like, bro. We don't find them frequently since 2017, at least.
That's brilliant. Thank you. And next up, we have Commander 401. Commander, how are you this evening?
Doing great. And I just wanted to share something. Encouragement to Operator Starsky, and if there are any of his Ukrainian buddies watching this. 2009 was the last time up until now that I felt that the world might get better. And what you guys showed is that when good and decent people stick together, if everyone just huddled in a corner in Ukraine, horrible things would be happening. If everyone in the Western democracies just said, giving my cheap gas and to hell with it, horrible things would happen. But you guys showed that you can stand up to people who think that they can do whatever the fuck they want. And lo and behold, they can't do whatever the fuck they want. And for the first time in my life, believe it or not, democracy is polling is more important than anything else in America. And I never thought I would see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, buddy. And I gotta say that I feel the same about my people. They just keep surprising me. In 2013, when Revolution of Dignity started, before that, I thought that Ukraine was doomed, actually. But when those people went on the streets protesting against dictatorship, I got inspired by them, and that was turning point for me. As well as when this annexation of Crimea started and the war in Donbass, and our people volunteered to go to front lines, same as today, for example. They are the biggest source of my inspiration, actually, my own people, as well as everybody who supports us. So yeah, I think that it's not only about Ukrainians, it's about all the decent people in the world.
Mm.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. That's perfect. Thank you so much. And then we also have Claire Esper. Claire, what are your thoughts on this evening?
It was great. There's a lot of good information. I really enjoyed talking with Starsky about everything that's going on, and the chat with so many great questions. And y'all were very funny sometimes. Dick, I'm not going to forgive you for Kermit. Like I can't function. Like it's in my head. Muppets. It's not good. It's not good. So I apologize, Starsky, for that. Like if that affects you, the way it's affecting me, because I can't. But anyway, thank you so much. I really enjoy doing this, and thank you so much for your time, Starsky. It's always great.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. And next up, we do have Operator Starsky. What are your thoughts on this evening?
So thank you so much for your questions. Again, I want to state that we don't find pig nipples very often these days. At least not the hairy ones.
Okay. Oh God, sorry.
And other body parts as well. Yeah, so everything is improving in this regard. And thank you so much for having me tonight, I would say. I'll be happy to see you next week as well, my dear viewers and my dear family.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. And please stay safe. So, and thank you so much. We go up to Dick Dawson next. Dick, what are your thoughts on this evening?
Well, first off, we haven't had Starsky. He's family here. It's your channel too,
That's
buddy.
right.
So, thanks for actually being here tonight is more appropriate. But, I mean, seriously, if they have pig nipples in the can, you've got to assume that Kermit is there looking. I mean, she pumped him off. He's on his own and he's wandering around like, fuck, where's my pig, man? I need that cuddle, right?
Where's my pig?
Oh.
Yeah, actually, I remember one thing. Once I was like in the storage with all those cans, and I noticed some green person. Like, I'm not sure whether it was like a soldier or Kermit, because they all look the same. But yeah, he was like surfing there, searching for something. So it seems plausible to me. Yeah, poor Kermit.
Hey, it could have been Kermit. That's brilliant.
According to George Lucas, right? Yoda is the bastard child of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
Oh no, that's even worse. Oh, thank you. Oh, no. Broken bear. Yeah, I'm broken.
Oh my goodness. That's brilliant. I love it.
But yeah, on a serious note, I do want to give a big shout out to all the orcs out there for showing us that you are the most horrific pieces of shit the world has ever seen. Can't get out of this without a fucking grubby, right? But I'm done now. There you go, Amy.
That's awesome. We got to have grubby every night. So here we go. I just want to thank everyone in the panel for coming. Thank you so much. You make all of this work easy. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone out in the chat as well. Thank you ever so much. And thank you all for your support. We appreciate all of that. So thank you very much. Stay tuned. We've got some wonderful shows planned this week. This should be awesome. So stick around for those two, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Mhm.
Slava
Good
Ukraini.
night.
No,
Slava
see you later.
Ukraini.
still here? It's over. Go home.